Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit moon in Taurus. Now, the moon, when it transits Taurus, of course, it's making its transition from the moon in Aries into Taurus. The transit moon in Aries is a little bit more combative, a little more aggressive and assertive, and really wants to take action really soon. And people could be quick with their emotional responses to others. Well, Taurus is really almost like the antithesis of this, because when the moon is in Taurus, I think people take their time when they're reacting emotionally to others. They kind of think a little bit more, and they're more careful and prudent with what they say, a little bit more tactful than the moon in Aries. And also, the moon in Taurus, when it transits Taurus, I think people collectively are a little bit more about listening. So if this is a time when you want to give some kind of dissertation, or you want to explain something to somebody, or something you've been procrastinating on and having a talk with someone, this might be a good time in a way, because you're more apt to get better listeners during this time. This is also a period, okay, I know a lot of the moon transiting Taurus can be a little bit about lethargy, a little bit more about relaxation than Aries, being a little bit more sedentary and stagnant. But keep in mind that Taurus is a sign that is industrious and hardworking and can work laboriously. So when the moon is transiting Taurus, it could be also a period where people can work hard and make sustained efforts, but also know when to relax after doing things that required a lot of protracted and sustained energy and effort. So really, when the moon transits Taurus too, this could be a time too when people a little bit more, as far as emotional needs, maybe more about peace, tranquility, really even things connected with scenic beauty. This could be a time where perhaps you may feel like going to an art gallery. If you're an artist, this could be an auspicious and favorable time for you, because Taurus is ruled by Venus and it is associated with art. So also, it could be a time doing things that are literally earthbound, that are connected with the earth, such as cultivation and gardening. It could be a time where it may be favorable if you're in some kind of construction or building something. Those are things that are favorable when the moon transits Taurus. Now, also just in general, it could be good for things that just require endurance, persistence, and staying power as well. Now, this could be something where these are about efforts. When the moon transits Taurus, okay, unlike Aries, when the moon transits Aries, it's more impatient energy. It's more about starting a lot of things, but not necessarily finishing them, being in a hurry to start, being very impatient. But when the moon transits Taurus, it's a little bit more about a patient energy and perseverance. If something doesn't go right away, it's more of the, if you don't succeed the first time, try again. And also, another difference is when you look at the moon transiting Aries, people are more apt to be a little bit more acerbic and quick-tempered. But with Taurus, Taurus is known for really taking a little bit more from others, of course, until they become very infuriated and go ballistic when they can't take it anymore, of course. And I would know something about that. Of course, many of you may know me having Taurus rising. I know a lot about that energy. But the point being, when the moon transits Taurus, that people are not just more patient with projects, but more patient with others as well. So if there's also something where you need to get off your chest to someone and you want to explain it in a constructive way, not necessarily a belligerent manner, but you want to talk to somebody about something that may have been bothering you, then this might be the time to do it, because you're more apt to get more patience from others during this transit. And this is also very beneficial for things that are connected with finances. It could be something where if you're an investor, you work as a stockbroker in any kind of finance field, such as if you're an investor, this could be a favorable period. It could even be something where you're just, even if you're going out and doing something simple as far as something money related or trying to generate income, such as like a garage sale or selling things. You have some home items you're bringing out for sale that are really, to you, don't have much significance anymore. This could be a positive time perhaps for doing it when the moon transits Taurus. So, and also the thing about this moon position, even though it might be more patient in contrast to Aries, Taurus being a fixed sign, of course, can be really very intransigent and unwavering and very stubborn. So if this is a period where you're trying to, let's say you're looking for a reconciliation with someone or some compromise or getting somebody to see things your way, especially if that person has not seen it in your way, seen it as far as your vantage point goes for a long period of time, he or she probably will not see it during this time. Might be better to wait until the moon goes into more adaptable and pliable Gemini. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the transit moon in Taurus, and stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about the transit moon in Gemini. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.